Cedar, why is pollination everyone's business?
Have you ever seen the bees with those big balls of pollen on their back legs? So they're collecting that pollen from the flowers and they're bringing it back to make their bee bread in the hive. But in the process, they're sharing pollen from one flower to the next. And that's the process of pollination, which every plant needs in order to reproduce. Without that pollination, we lose a lot of those species that we really rely on. So it's really important to create habitat for these species because we've taken so much away in the world.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because we have so many pollinators. We have European bees. Of course, we've got 16 or 1700 species of native bees, many of which we know very, very little or nothing about. Then we've got moths, we've got butterflies, we've got wasps, we've got beetles, we've got spiders, we've got ants, we've got bats, we've got birds. So all of these are pollinators.
And they all need habitat.
So really, whether it's our balcony or our rooftop or our street verge, we're all connected to the town, the city, the state, and the country, and then, I suppose, the planet.
Absolutely, it's this beautiful thing of creating these corridors to rewild our world. Without the wild spaces, all of these species, we just might start losing them.
Rewilding, that to me is the window, it's the bridge, it's the entry point for people to join in. And you don't have to be a beekeeper, not everyone can be a beekeeper, but you can help the beekeepers by, as you say, providing the habitat.
Absolutely. Like the purple flowers, the white flowers, the yellow flowers. Most flowers are really good for the pollinators to get into, collect their nectar and pollen, and to keep going. So even just planting a garden of flowers is perfect for your pollinating species. See, these pollinators don't go very far, so they might only have a range of a few hundred meters. So when you plant a pollinator garden in your yard, you're providing a stepping stone, and then they can hop further, and you never know, you might save some species from the brink of extinction.
And connect them from one street to the next, and then to the creek, and then from the creek all the way along the creek up to the ridges and to the mountains. So it's one big network. It's a highway. It's a pollinator highway that we can create.
Exactly, all of these pollinator corridors connecting all the places together is what we need to save all of our bee species, to make sure our plants are being pollinated and the world that we all completely rely on stays working like one perfect system.